So I just finished recording another video about some updates and upcoming plans, and it got me thinking. I've had a lot of hesitation in making videos because I always felt my equipment wasn't good enough, or that I wasn't good enough, or that my life wasn't interesting. There's always been something. Right now, I'm sitting in a tiny bedroom in a chair, just a desk chair, with a felt bulletin board and a map behind me, recording on a Sony camcorder from like 2017 with a makeup light, like an adjustable beautician's light, and a Zoom field recorder. I have got a Framework 16 laptop, which is about $4,000. Other than cars, it's the single most expensive thing I've ever owned. I have this to build a business with. It is not a toy. I don't take pride in it. It's just an excellent piece of equipment that I believe in. The thing is, you don't need any of this. What really matters in a video, from what I've seen, and in storytelling in general, is you need a good story to tell. It needs to be well told, and it needs to be captured and then presented properly. And all the advice I've gotten over the years of trying to get into making videos has said the same thing. You have to start with something interesting to say. It's the story, it's the content that really matters. But you can even get a crappy idea and make it interesting, which is what I want to do on this channel. It's called Dustin's Hot Garbage. I want to take a stupid idea that doesn't make any sense at first glance, and then fully develop it to its full idiotic potential, and then show it to people and be like, look what I did. This should be fun. It's dumb, and I'm probably going to break a bunch of stuff and make a complete fool of myself, but it should be fun, and it's what I want to do. You need good content, and you need good audio. If I could only have one thing aside from a good story to tell and a voice to tell it with, it would be good audio. Because I could cut off this video right now, and as long as you have got good audio, people will tune in. You've got a good, pleasing voice, you put some passion into it, people want to hear. And look at the popularity of podcasts. There is literally nothing to see there. It's a little progress bar slowly scooting across your screen. There's nothing to look at. And people love it. Audiobooks, written word, stories, told audio stories. So decent audio and lighting. I happen to have much better lighting in here than I've ever had. I got a dedicated light for it, and I have a camcorder that, despite having a small sensor, is fairly good at low light conditions. But I don't need any of this. I started with a crappy smartphone. It was a Moto G Power, which I think I paid $100 new for. And then the first computer I started editing on was this. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Whoops. Let me redo that. The first computer I started editing on was this thing. See, probably washed out of. So show you here. It's a Raspberry Pi 400. And it just looks like a keyboard, but it's actually a full Linux computer built into a keyboard, like the old Commodore 64, the old 8-bit computers. It has a little kind of dinky quad-core processor from like old phones. It is slow and kind of sucks, but it does work, and it's about $100 new. They have the new Raspberry Pi 500, which is way more powerful, and it's still about $100 new. I was able to install a full Linux operating system on that computer and edit 4K video on it properly. The secret is in the software because it doesn't have the hardware power to process 4K video. Use proxy clips. You take your gigantic file and you compress it down to crappy, low quality that's just good enough to give you an idea where to make your edits. And then you work on those crappy little files. And then when you hit export, it drops out the crappy little files, it puts in your full quality ones, applies all your edits to that, and then renders the video out in full quality. It looks crappy in editing, it comes out full quality. And it might take an hour or more to render a 10-minute video. It'll take a long time, but if you don't have money, or you don't have a power budget for a big computer, because that thing runs on, I think, 15 watts, an off-grid or something, you can just let that run in the background and go cook dinner. By the time you get back, your video's done. You can start uploading it. For good audio, get a hold of a Zoom AM7. And actually, I think I have it handy. Hold on. Got my little camera bag here. All right, where's my AM7? There you are. This little one. Oh, not in the light. This is a smartphone audio recorder made by Zoom, which is a Japanese company that makes professional audio gear. And this plugs into your smartphone and gives you a nice stereo microphone. It swivels so you can use it like this and point it at yourself and use it like an interview mic and point it back and forth. Face it out like this and hold your phone and record what's in front of you. It's got headphone output so you can get some cheap in-ear monitors like the Mi Audio M6 Pro, which I have here. And you get good audio out of this. It will kick the crap out of a smartphone mic. It will kick the crap out of those cheap USB-C plug-in lapel mics that clip to your shirt. And you can set the levels with a manual dial, which is nice. And you can set how wide the recording area is, mid-side, 90 degrees, 120. It's tiny, it's light, and it has a feature I didn't notice until recently. If you pop this little rubber bit off, it actually has a long enough thing to fit onto a phone that's in a case. So I never used this because it wouldn't work with my case. Well, if you pop that off, it clips right in. So it's very well designed, and it's very effective, and it's, I think, about $100. So you can use your smartphone, scrounge up $100 for this, get some sunlight, film outside on a sunny day if you can, or get like a half moon beautician's light like I have, because you need light coming around from sides if you can, or just put like vanity lights like on the big mirrors like you'd see in a dressing room, lights on the side. Just get some light coming in from different directions. The cheap camera lights on Amazon. And then get yourself some sort of computer. Learn how to use proxy clips in either DaVinci Resolve, or I use Kdenlive, Kdenlive for Linux. You can run a Linux operating system, which costs $0 and doesn't ruin everything with updates every 5 minutes. Kdenlive is free, and it works. It works pretty well these days. It's a free open source project. Am I recording? Yeah. DaVinci Resolve does work in Linux and is free, and that's the path I plan to take eventually. But I can't get it to work properly with my AMD graphics card. So I might stick with CPU rendering, since the processor in this is very powerful. Or I might stick with Kdenlive for a while, since I know it works. It just works. But you don't need a ton of fancy stuff. If all you have is your smartphone, just start. Because even if your videos suck ass, you're getting experience and you're learning, and you'll gain confidence more than anything. Being comfortable in front of a camera is very hard for me. I have trauma with cameras. I don't really like being observed. I don't like people knowing things about me particularly. I've never liked that. But the more I talk to people and the more positive feedback I've gotten, the more I do this, the more comfortable I get. So yeah, just start. If you want to make videos, just do it, because every Hollywood producer that's ever made a masterpiece, they just started somewhere. They're like, hey, that's what I want to do, and then they just went and did it. Um, I've been held back by myself and others and my upbringing for a long time, and at least I can control how much I hold myself back. We can all muster some strength and confidence to say, you know what, I'm not going to limit myself. I'm just going to do what I want with my life and correct course along the way. And I think that's the best way to do it, especially when you're young. Make all the dumb mistakes you can when you're young. I'm 32 and I've got a back injury that will probably continue getting worse, need surgery, and cripple me at some point. But for now, I have the strength to get out and explore the world and take long car trips and sit for long periods of time. I can still do that. I can still take international flights. I don't need to be, like in a hospital bed to keep my spine from collapsing. It's not that bad. It could be. And if I just didn't start doing what I want to do now, I might never do it and regret it on my deathbed. And I've talked to a lot of older people that they said just that. They're like, well, I don't have much time left. And there's so much I wish I would have done and just said, screw everyone else, and just did it. And I don't want to live like that. I've got some serious regrets in my life from mistakes I've made. I am haunted by mistakes I've made 10, 15, 20 years in the past. They're hard to live with sometimes. They make everyday life harder. So it's time to just start doing what I want. And you know what? I want to get out into the world and make videos and be an idiot and explore dumb ideas and build goofy machines and teach people how to live a good life. I have made almost every mistake, every major mistake that I think a young person could, and I'm still here. The only mistake I didn't really make was getting married and having kids when I wasn't ready, or getting into crippling debt. I've managed to avoid those, but boy, have I screwed up my life so bad. And now at 32, I have to fix it. And it's hard. And it's painful. And it's only going to get harder and more painful until I get through what I have to do right now. And I kept telling myself, I'll make videos when spring comes and when I can be outside in the sunlight and have a nice backdrop of trees and lakes and birds chirping. And screw that. If people don't want to see me sitting in a chair in my room with my face pinned to a map, they won't watch. I don't care. I'm going to do it for the experience, and I'm going to get better at it now while life sucks, so that when life is great, I can truly capture those stories and share them properly. I'm just not good at all this yet. I've been working on my public speaking, I've been working on my confidence, and I've been working on slowing my mind down enough to get a message across clearly. And besides, there's plenty of dumb things that need done that nobody's doing or recording, so I might as well do them. If you want something done dumb, you got to do it yourself. I should work on that. I think I need a new description and catchphrase for my channel. We'll figure that out. But yeah, if all you have right now is a smartphone, wipe the smudges off your lens before you film, put it in airplane mode, silence all the notifications, think of something cool to say, write yourself out a little note card and, I don't know, tape it to your hand. Hold your phone out, tape an index card with your talking points to your forearm if you have to, or right up here on your hand, or tape it to the bottom of your phone so it hangs down. If you got a wallet case like me, hold your phone like this, tape your index card with your notes on it. Nobody will know you're reading off of it. You could script a whole short video on that. You could put bullet points. I mean, there's so many ways to do things. And it's worth ignoring the usual advice and depending on yourself to find answers. Before we had access to the internet and the world's collection of knowledge, people just figured stuff out on their own. And that's what I've been trying to do. So look around, see what you got, see what you want to do with your life, and just start trying stuff. It doesn't hurt to try stuff. Don't be an idiot. Don't be dangerous, but try something new. You might like it. If you hate it, stop doing it. If it's not working, stop doing it. What you don't do is more important than what you do. I don't do a lot of things that cause me a ton of stress and anxiety, and I just don't do those things if I don't have to. I'm prepared to do them if I need to, but if I don't have to, I don't do it. I'm an adult. I'll do what I want. And I think people need to give themselves permission to do whatever the hell they want. If you hurt people, you're going to pay the consequences. You might get away with it for a while, but eventually it'll catch up to you. Don't be a dick. But do what you want. Enjoy life. If you want to make videos, go make some damn videos. They're going to suck ass. People don't care. People don't look that closely at you. Just do it. Eventually, you'll have made enough mistakes in life and learned from them that you'll have valuable things to offer people, and people will want to talk to you, and that feels nice. I have people asking me weird questions about life all the time. It feels nice to be useful. Yeah, just go out and do something. Get off the damn phone, stop with the brain rot, delete TikTok, the most toxic shit I've ever seen, and go camping, go make videos, go buy a cheap used GoPro, tie it to the end of a fishing line, and cast it out into the middle of a lake on a sunny day, and slowly reel it back in, and see what kind of cool footage you can get. Build a little foam board boat for that GoPro and hang it off the bottom. Cast that out and drag it back in. Go get some party balloons, tie them to a fishing line, hook your GoPro to it, and let the damn thing float up into the sky over a national park. See what you find. I mean, there's so much you can do, especially with video as a format, my God. But I could talk forever. I have stuff to do. I have to edit these videos and get them posted and go run errands. Yeah, just go do something interesting. Get off the phone. It will rot your brain, and you'll be worse off for it, and you'll regret it for the rest of your life that you didn't do the things you wanted to do when you could have. Trust me, I know. All right, that's it. Cheers. Happy winter. Don't go to Ohio. It's horrible. I'm not joking. Ohio sucks. Okay, bye.